Hello everyone and welcome to my free-to-play Rares Only Plus challenge. In this series, I'll be progressing through the game using champions who are rare, uncommon, or common, plus any champion who is free and permanently available to all players. So, with that out of the way, let's dive in. As you can see, I'm on day 88. Tomorrow, I get a legendary book, which will put me to a grand total of 23. So if you watched the live stream on Saturday, you would have seen I had 22, which means I got another one from Clan Boss today, or sorry, yesterday. So up to 23. Tomorrow's book will put us to 24, and then we will have enough to fully book Drexthar Blood Twin and Yakarl the Scourge when we get them. So we basically have our first two legendaries fully booked. And we've got 81 fragments for Drexthar. I'll get another one in a couple hours. So that puts me to 82. Yakarl the Scourge is at 50 fragments, and when the clan quests reset, I will get another 5, so that'll put me to 55. We have 30 for Jamarsha, 21 for Archmage Helmet, and for Yannicka, I have 14. So my clan quest strategy, in terms of clan shop and clan gold, is primary objective, get Yakarl the Scourge, because having a champion with such potent crowd control is going to be huge for my progression. So primary objective, Yakarl. Then, whenever rare skill tomes are in the shop, I've been buying these up. And then, if I have anything left over, I'll pick up Yannicka fragments where I can. So that's been my strategy up to this point. The clan quests that I've been completing to get this clan gold is typically, if I can snag them up, earn 5 million silver from selling artifacts, which I learned the hard way this does not count selling accessories from Spider, so note to self and note to you, if you pick up this quest, it doesn't count the Spider accessories, so that was kind of annoying. And I will, on occasion, also take this quest right here, upgrade 100 uncommon champions to rank 3. It's a pain in the butt, it's a lot of hard work, and it's a hell of a grind, but no one else in my clan ever wants to take it, which means it's usually there for me to take. So hopefully, and also, if you're trying to build lots of 6 stars, you might as well take it, because it's champ training. It seems like there's a champ training event every week. Now for the juicy part. So last week, in my last week's video, I proposed the following. Last week, before CVC, I had about 1,200 medals to invest, and I had nothing in attack, and I had nothing in crit damage. And I was speaking about how I was extremely close to getting a consistent 2 key on Nightmare every day, and I was falling just a little bit short. Generally, with 2 keys, I would be about 3 million damage short. So because I was so close, I speculated that if I were to put medals into attack to get it to level 6, and then put whatever else I had left over, if any at all, into crit damage, and that's what I did. So I went from, I was at level 1 because of the challenge. It tells you to put a medal there. So I went from 1 to 6, and then 0 to 5, and magic crit damage. And what I asked the community after posting that video was the following. During CVC, I upgraded my affinity bonuses in my Great Hall to increase magic attacks percentage to level 6, and magic crit damage to level 5. Do you think this was enough to get me to an easy, consistent 2 key on Nightmare every day? Looks like 36% of you said no. 21% of you said yes, and the other 43% had no opinion. They just wanted to see what everybody else says. So, with that, I will reveal the results. Wouldn't you know it, it's almost as if I know what I'm talking about. 43,067,000. This is, I've been getting about 42 to 43 million damage on Clan Boss every day since upgrading my Great Hall. So, just getting those incremental, steady damage boosts from Grave Chill and Frozen Banshee, plus a little bit of extra bonus damage from Coffin Smasher when he gets his Phantom Touch blessing to trigger. So just that extra attack percentage and the extra crit damage was enough to steadily increase my damage enough to push me over the limit so I can 2-key Nightmare every single day. This is now an easy, consistent 2-key. So the one downside to this is I have to put both of my keys in on Void as soon as Clan Boss resets, which means I have this extra key floating ready to put in when Clan Boss resets, which means, unfortunately, it makes it so I can't complete my advanced quests for the day until Clan Boss resets. So I'm not getting this extra energy until basically the end of my play session every day. Like the very end, like right before I go to bed, basically. But small price to pay for getting, extra shards and books from Clan Boss every day. So in terms of Clan Boss, until I'm able to farm much faster Guardian gear to where I can build a 2-1 speed-tuned team for Clan Boss, I'm probably not going to advance any further than where I'm at now. That's just the way it goes. I can't work miracles. I just have to wait for the Celestial Griffin to come back and try to get to I think it's the 5th level. Basically, on... Rewind. Doom Tower Rotation 2 and Doom Tower Rotation 3 are the two rotations that have the Celestial Griffin. When those rotations come back on Doom Tower, I will farm the heck out of the Griffin. And I'm going to actually try to push up higher and farm an even higher level of Griffin this time around. If I can get to the next Griffin level and start farming there, on the next rotation, I can start getting 4 and 5 star Guardian sets instead of 3 to 4 star. So if I can do that, hopefully I can start farming some better Guardian gear. And with that, hopefully I can get some faster Guardian gear. And if I can get faster Guardian gear, I have a 2-1 speed tune planned for this account that will utilize the champions that I have, and it should allow me to move up into Ultra Nightmare. But really what it's going to come down to is, can I get that Guardian gear or not? If I can't, I'm going to be stuck on Nightmare for a little longer. An exciting new update. Speaking of polls and such, last week I was talking about how you guys voted on Coldheart versus Kale, who I'm going to 6-star, and even though Coldheart is a great champion, I don't think my account is ready for her yet, considering the fact that I have just already 6-starred 2 dedicated turn meter champions in Soulbond Bowyer and Armiger. A 3rd turn meter specialist is not what my account needs at the moment. However, a champion who can do strong AoE damage to help clear waves and do poison damage to bosses like Ice Golem and Dragon is what my account needs right now. So I mentioned I was going to hold off on Coldheart for now and go ahead and 6-star Kale. But I got a wild hair up my ass and decided to do something else entirely. And I 6-starred Belwar. And I've got him built on a 7-piece Slayer set. Crit rate gloves, attack percentage chest, speed on the boots with an HP Slayer ring with attack and attack percentage in the substats. A beautiful crit damage amulet with a triple accuracy roll for a total of 45 with the glyph. And a nice accuracy banner. Now his accuracy is a little low, a little bit lower than I would like, at 187. However, I have not invested any medals into Void accuracy in my Great Hall. So this coming CVC, I'm going to start pumping medals in right here. And in terms of campaign farming, he has been quite the badass. So normally, I would use Shield Guard for my campaign farmer. And he does it in about 20 to 24 seconds, depending on the RNG. But my Belwar, on the other hand, he is much faster. 9 seconds. Obviously, you see my best time is 8 seconds, so there's a little bit of RNG involved. But he did it. It's pretty damn close to a 7-second campaign farmer. So with a little bit more damage in my Great Hall, he's also not booked. That's the other thing. On his A1, he'll get 15% more damage, and on his A3, he'll get 10% more damage. Also, B doesn't have any masteries, so once I build his masteries, there's a very high chance that he'll be able to farm 12-3 in 7 seconds. So I'm really looking forward to that. That's going to be a huge quality of life, especially considering how much champion training I do on this account. Every time there's a champion training event, I do it because I want the legendary books. So I've only skipped one champion training event on this entire account, and it's because the final reward wasn't a legendary book. It was like a mortal soul stone or something stupid like that. So not only did I 6-star Bellower, I did go ahead and 6-star Kale. He's level 53 right now. I went ahead and built him with an HP percentage chest, an HP ring with defense and HP in the substats. He's in crit rate gloves, speed boots, and then whichever other lifesteal pieces I could get for him. He's actually really fast in this build, 195, 96% crit rate with 107 crit damage, and his accuracy is 203 after doing a little bit of glyphing. So we have the accuracy banner with speed and HP, defense, and attack percentage. This is actually a really good uncommon banner. It's got all percentage substats and speed, so that turned out really nice. I ran out of silver, so I couldn't level up his amulet any more than that, but we'll finish leveling this stuff up later. The reason I went HP percentage on the chest is because the primary use case I have in mind for him is Ice Golem. And when the Ice Golem attacks with his passive, he ignores either 50 or 100% defense based on how many ads he has alive. So if both ads are up, when he attacks, he ignores 100% defense. So if you want to increase your survivability in Ice Golem, you want HP over defense. Unfortunately, while I did beat stage 20, as you can see right here by this 6 minutes and 20 seconds, 315 turns, it was not a speed run, and it's extremely dangerous. I still die. I have not been able to come up with a 100% consistent team. So while I have cleared it, it is not farmable. I can farm 16 consistently, but it gets really close to failing occasionally. So really, the best stage to farm on my account right now is still stage 11 with Shield Guard farming food. That's just the best I can do. So I did not actually finish the Ice Golem tournament this week. I decided it wasn't worth the energy. Like, there's just so many other things, especially since I'm not actively trying to complete this fusion. What I plan to do is, as soon as I can, I'm going to convert these fragments into chests to try to get more High Mother Mod fragments, because High Mother Mod does fall within the parameters of my challenge. So I will be using her eventually, and I'm confident that when I get High Mother Mod, I will be able to easily 2-key Ultra Nightmare. I've already got the speed tune planned out. It's going to be perfect. I finally got around to doing my Force Affinity Force Keep Arbiter mission today, and I managed to push up to stage 19. And at that point I got the Superior Potion and I completed the quest. So let's see if I can do 20. I actually haven't cleared 20 yet. Let's see if I can clear 20. This was the team I was using to get up to 20 so far. But yeah, this will be my first attempt. I'm quite confident I'll be able to do it. So the reason I 6-starred Bellower is because I wanted to see if he was worth the hype. Everybody talks about what a great rare he is, and he's clearly not bad, just because of the pure raw utility he brings in terms of, you know, the blocks cooldown skills on his A1 like he did there. It's like soft crowd control, and the AoE decrease speed, and in my opinion, those are his two best abilities, the A1 and the A2. Just because, you know, AoE decrease speed is really good. AoE block cooldown skills is really good. And obviously, the decreased defense isn't bad, but I've already got War Maiden built, who does the big version of decreased defense. So, right there. So the decreased defense portion of his A3 is slightly less relevant. However, he is my first AoE decrease attack champion. So I still do get value from his A3 because he's placing decreased attack. He'll place it more regularly when he's booked. Right now, he's only got a 75% chance to do it, which is why Oathbound there did not get the debuff. So I'm actually really quite enjoying Bellower so far. For Ice Golem specifically, it's really important to have an AoE decrease attack champion, because when the Ice Golem attacks, if he does his Frigid Vengeance passive, if he doesn't have decreased attack on him, he will hit very hard. And when you have single target decrease attack champions, they're spending the majority of their time attacking the side adds, which means they're never putting it on the boss. So just having someone who can do an AoE decrease attack brings massive value to my account in terms of Ice Golem. So I plan to book him or Kale, I haven't decided yet, this following CVC, and I'll probably work on masteries for one or the other as well. I'm kind of torn, because I really don't know what to do for Bellower's masteries. The primary use case I will have for him will be Ice Golem, so I'm less incentivized to give him War Master, because that can kind of screw up my Ice Golem RNG with the Frigid Vengeance counterattacks. Yeah, looks like stage 20 Force Keep is full auto farm, so easy peasy, baby. In terms of faction wars, I haven't got a chance to do Dark Elves yet since 6-starring Kale. However, Ogryn Tribes, I made a ton of progress. He just one-shot every single wave all the way up to the first boss, and then he was not able to beat the first boss. But I 3-starred a ton of stages in Ogryn Tribes, and I imagine it'll be similar. I'll probably be able to beat the boss, the first boss of Dark Elf's Crypt, with Kale, because he does have really good single target damage with all of his poisons, and I've got him built in lifesteal. Bellower is not in lifesteal, so he has no way to heal himself if he doesn't just one-shot the boss. So I'm confident. Like right now, I've only got 3 stars in Dark Elves. So this opens tomorrow. I'll be able to test out my nice new shiny Kale, and hopefully he'll just, you know, the more factions I progress to the point where I can at least beat the first boss, the better, because the less likely I'll be able to get tripped up by the defeat a faction wars boss advanced quest every day. In terms of arena, we're still just kind of auto farming one-man teams in Gold 5. Tag arena, I'm still in Bronze 2, just picking up free wins where I can. Getting the Drexlar fragment when it comes off cooldown, and getting the rare book whenever that comes off cooldown. So between the two of those things, the Drexlar fragment and the rare book, it's pretty much all my gold bars are spoken for every week. But once I finish Drexlar, I'm going to maybe branch out and start buying either energy or ancient shards. In my opinion, the 3-star chicken is probably the worst value thing in here. It takes 80 energy to level 3 2-star champions from level 1 to 20, at which point you can rank them up into 3 stars. So for 80 energy, which is less than a third of the total value here, you can make 3 3-star chickens. So this costs 1,000 bars, this costs 900. You're much better off picking up the 300 energy for 100 extra bars, and you can make 9, maybe even 12 3-star chickens. Yeah, like, you should never buy the 3-star chickens unless you just have so many gold bars you don't know what to do with them. But if you don't know what to do with them, buy Drexlar. That's a good suggestion. Much more value. So I'm super excited for Drexlar. He's going to be massive on my account. And in terms of Hydra, I have a new personal best. I got nearly 1 million points. So last week, I think it was 850,000 was my personal best. Now I'm just shy of 1 million, which means I am always in the way. We only need about 0.67 million more damage for the bottom chest, at which point we can start accumulating fragments for Mithrala, and she is going to be huge. I tell you, huge, I say, huge! So yeah, I'm so excited. In terms of Doom Tower progression, I've just been farming here because it's the quickest and easiest. but I am hard stuck on this. I've tried a ton of different ways to beat it, and right now I think it's just a gear check. Or I need a crowd control champion to control the waves, because I can't kill the waves before the waves kill me. I've tried using Longsword Torux with his AoE provoke, but it's not a 100% chance to land, so it's just not enough. So I'm either A, gonna have to build Gnarlhorn, or B, wait until I get Yakarl the Scourge. Or C, maybe Drexthar's AoE provoke is enough. I don't know, who knows? It's just very challenging because the waves are full of AoE damage dealing champions like Krisk. So even if I'm provoking them, the Krisk still just AoE down my team and kill them. So it's not the boss that's messing me up, it's the waves. If I can get through the waves, the boss will be easy because I got the boss mechanics down. So we're pretty much hard stuck here until I can get a better crowd control champion. And that's it. That's really the only thing that's holding me back. So, and what's great about Yakarl is not only is he a great crowd control champion, he also is a top tier turn meter control champion. His A2, on a 3-turn cooldown, it has a 100% turn meter steal. So against the Scarab King, he steals 100% of the boss's turn meter, and now his turn meter is full, and the Scarab King's turn meter is empty, and he places the big version of decreased speed. And then he goes again, so this is almost on like it's on a 2-turn cooldown. This is so insanely powerful. And then the fact that he can AoE crowd control the waves makes him a beautiful champion for Scarab King. If you're struggling to progress in Scarab King and you don't have Yakarl the Scourge, I would highly recommend going for Yakarl the Scourge. Anyway, I think that's going to wrap this one up. I think for this week's community poll, or at least for the first one, I might do another one, but to start off, I'm going to ask you guys, who do you think I should book and do masteries for next? Bellower or Kale? It's that simple. If you want to explain why you feel a certain way, feel free to elaborate in the comments below the survey. But keep an eye out for that on my community poll. As soon as this video goes live, I'll have the community poll live as well. So that's going to do it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully, I'll see you in another video soon. But until next time, happy raiding.